Okay, in this video, we're going to start to create our first visualization, our first worksheet. We've sort of played around with it up until now. We even kind of dragged and dropped some items into our shelves up here for quick visualizations. In this video, we're really going to jump in and go for it. So let's say we want to know the number of breeds, the dog breeds, and their sort of breakdown. So we can grab breed from over here, bring it over here to our column or our row. I'll just pick columns right now. And we've got a list here. If we bring it down to rows, this might be a little easier to read. We can see we've got a list of all the things. Now, it just says ABC here because we haven't aggregated this into any sort of count or anything. This is just listing all of the breeds that we have in our data set. So very cool. We can kind of look at that. Now, let's say we want to know how many of each one. So we can come down here to our count. This is the count of our data. And this is Tableau has created this for us. It kind of went through our data and said, okay, this seems to be what all of these things are. Let's add them all up and create a count for each one. So we could drag that to columns, and now we have our first visualization, or well, technically probably our second one, but you can see we can hover over this and we can see there are 2,500 pit bulls. We could scroll down, and you can use the scroll here on the right, or I'm just using the wheel on my mouse to scroll down. German Shepherds, 2,928. That's kind of cool and very neat. Now we're going to learn going on how to customize these, how to make them more readable and more usable, how to change this stuff around so that, for instance, maybe the big ones here, for instance, 5,700 Labradors, maybe we want that one at the top. I'll show you how to change the position, all this stuff going forward. In this video, I just want to kind of touch on how to get started and how to do this. Now, like I said earlier, to get rid of these, we can grab each one of these individually and pull them out. Or if I bring this back, there's a button right up here. If I hover over this, this is the clear button, clear sheet. We could just do that and boom, it gets rid of them just like that. So super quick and easy. So let's bring this back. Let's go breed and let's see, count. So this is a bar chart. This is the standard sort of default chart that you get whenever you create a visualization in your worksheet. And we can come over here to the show me button right here in the top right corner. If we click on it, we have a bunch of other options. So I think we looked at pie chart earlier. We can get this. We can look at this tree map, which is really handy to see at a glance. It does sort of filters for you by size. So the biggest one is Labrador Retriever. If we hover over it, we can see 5,700. Lab Mix, 5,500. German Shepherds, 2,900. Mixed is the all-time biggest one, 9,400. Very cool. So that's the tree maps. We can look at the packed bubble chart, same thing. And it's really just that easy. Now you'll see some of these are grayed out because they just don't work for the particular set of data that we're using. And you'll notice with some of these, for instance, the packed bubbles, you notice our columns and rows up here, this shelf is now empty. Those pills, these round things are called pills here, have been dragged over automatically down into our marks table. So some of the charts and graphs require it like this. Others, like the bar chart, require you pull it up here. Generally speaking, you want to grab everything and pull them up to your columns and rows, and then click over here to change the chart, and it will change it for you. You can see it's brought them down here into the marks card. So very cool. That's how to create a worksheet. Now, if we wanted to create a separate one, so for instance, we've got the dog breeds. Maybe we want to create another visualization for colors, for instance. So we can come down here and just click on this new worksheet, and boom, we see worksheet 2 pops up. And we could just now grab whatever we want. So if we want colors and again, count, boom, there we go. Or we can move this around. I always do that. Okay. And maybe this one we want to be a tree map. So we keep it like this. We can toggle back and forth between these. Maybe we want to switch this one back to a packed bubble. There we go. And we can right click on these and rename them. So this one might be dog breeds. And this one we can rename to, let's say, dog colors. And very, very cool. And just that easy. It really doesn't get much harder than this. This is all Tableau is in a nutshell. If you can do this, you can use Tableau. And from now on, it's just a matter of tweaking these things, adding labels, changing colors, changing layouts, filtering by different ways. We can look at the filter cards and the pages cards. But this is the gist of Tableau. Now, there are, of course, much more stuff that we can learn. We can learn how to not just create worksheets, but also dashboards and animations and things like that. And we'll get into all that going forward. But This is the nuts and bolts of Tableau, and if you can understand how to do this, which I think you'll agree is pretty simple up until now, you shouldn't have any trouble learning the rest of this stuff. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we'll look at resizing some of these charts and changing colors and headers and things like that, and that'll be coming up in the next video.
Ready to learn more? Then check out the full course on GoSkills.com. Click the link in the description.